Was geht ab, Freunde? Hört man mich? Hallo? Was geht ab, Freunde? Hört man mich? Hallo? Was geht ab, Freunde? Hört man mich? Hallo? Was geht ab, Freunde? Hört man mich? Hallo?
What is it about your hobby that keeps you coming all the way out here? Is it the freedom? Wandering in search of that perfect spot? You've made your own path through these hills. Tasted the fresh water of our lakes, our rivers. You've been on the water with friends at sunrise and helped the locals long past sunset. But you just keep coming back. At this spot, you got a pretty good idea what's lurking beneath the surface. But there's only one way to find out. Whether it's the one you write home about or the one that gets away, that feeling is what gets you hooked. That whether it's your first time or your 100th time, you never know what you're gonna catch until it's caught. Call of the Wild, the Angler.
Legendärer Fisch aktiv. Was habe ich da drauf eigentlich? Graupen. Oh, es wird dunkel. Wunderschön sieht das aus. Aber beißt nichts an, Bro. Keine Ahnung wieso. Beiß an, du scheiß Fisch, Alter. Was ist los? Oh, ich glaube, ich sehe was. Im Wasser. Auch nicht. Kein einzigen Fisch, Bro. Wo hat das Fische, Bro? Soll ich hier gehen? Das wäre schon mal geil Platz, Bro. Wäre schon kein schlechter Ort. Kann man da echt reinfahren? Ah, hier. Boot anlegen. Let's go. Juhu. Wunderschön.
Unmistakable color. That's a purple loosestrife if ever I saw one. These plants have me on my last nerve, buckaroo. Tell me where I can find them.
Na, da hätte es ja Fische, aber was für welche? Ist die Frage. Probieren wir alle Köder mal nacheinander. Die beißen einfach nicht an. Ach, da fischen die. Okay. Scheiße. Oh, da ist was rausgesprungen. Ritze an den Haken zu bekommen. Okay. Oh, oh, jetzt. Jetzt hat was angebissen, Alter. Oh, oh. Ein großes Ding. Was haben wir echt da? Oh, Digga. Diese Angel mag es gar nicht rausziehen, oder was? Da ist doch was. Ah, das ist gar nicht so groß. Meine Angel ist einfach scheiße. Hey, wie lange braucht der immer? Komm schon mal. Oh, oh shit, Bro. Muss langsam. Digga, komm. Digga, der spult ja voll durch, oder was? Holy shit, Bro. Nein, okay. Du willst mich verarschen, oder was? Jetzt zeige ich dir. Ich muss stärkere Sachen hier auszücken. Was haben wir gehabt? Raupen. Ja. Ja. Was jetzt an Durchsprache? Beiß mir jetzt was an hier. Komm schon. Jetzt weiß gerade gar nicht. Nee, so funktioniert das nicht. Dabei ist gerade gar nichts. Was soll die Scheiße? Wo sind die Raubfische? Unten. Irgendwie wollen sie nicht. Vielleicht ist die Schnur zu dick oder so. Die Schnur. Ah, Scheiße. Aha. Mais. Mais müssten wir haben. Okay. Okay, er hat gesagt Mais. Machen wir ein bisschen Mais. komisch, Mann. Ich habe immer Probleme in letzter Zeit, man. Graupen Mais. Warum habe ich kein Mais, Bro? Graupen probieren. Ganz komisch. Ich gebe da auf diesen Gewässer. Weg von da. So, Brudi. Jetzt. Hey, es ist so schwer geworden, was zu fangen, Bro. Das gibt's doch nicht. Vorgestern ging das ohne Probleme. Ich werde wahnsinnig, Bro. Ich werde wahnsinnig. ist denn los hier? Kann man denn eigentlich direkt, ich muss schon in die Steuerung schauen, ob man irgendwie direkt auf den Köder zugreifen kann. Wo ist der? Wo steht's sonst? Ah, hier. Köder abwerfen, Kamera wechseln. Habe ich jetzt das gewechselt oder was? Also jetzt habe ich mal die Angel. Dann haben wir die Angel. So, ready. Ready to go. Ready to go. Ich gehe zum Laden. Okay. Ja. Hotdogs sollen gut sein, oder was? Wafter Weiß auf den Haken. Tigerhecht. Bro, man, ich fange nicht mal einen kleinen Fisch und der redet mir ja was von Tigerhecht. Was für Tigerhecht, Bro. Mein Gott. Was soll das? Hier ist tote Hose, Brudi. Tote Hosen. Ich probiere alle mal durch und dann schauen wir mal. Kein Fisch zu sehen. Nicht mal zu hören. Nicht mal zum Hören, Brudi. Was mache ich da falsch? Vielleicht sollte ich tiefer eintauchen lassen. das ist ein Oberflächenköder. Vielleicht kommt da doch was, keine Ahnung. Ich markiere mal da. Wo gehen die Leute hin, Mann? Ich sollte die folgen mal. Entdeckt. Was? Schnellreise. Okay. Na. Wo sollen wir hin? Hier kein Fisch, ich markiere schon mal. Kein Fisch. Kein Fisch, rot ist für kein Fisch. Machen wir es so. Ich gehe mal hier. Also ich muss sagen, das Wasser haben sie geil gemacht eigentlich. Der Motor da hinten. Riesenmotor. Kann man hier eigentlich sprechen? Mit den anderen Jungs? Da sind welche. Oh Jungs.
Everything is food for something, Buck, and these nasty hyacinths are no exception. Those beetles won't believe their luck. You're a quarter down.
Nee, Alter. Wo sind's denn? Mein Gott, Alter. Meine Fresse, Alter. Bro, man. So, also wir holen uns Blutwurm. Blutwurm.
Hey, chickadee. Catch you later.
Why make a deal with the devil when there's a hell of a deal right here? You've come to
Reden
the
nicht
right
zu laut,
place.
ey. Blutwurm. Natürlich, Blutwurm, ja. Den haben wir, okay. Wo ist mein Cash? 320, okay. Ach, schau mal, Mais. Wir haben auch Mais hier. Sehr schön. Pellets. Federroute habe ich die. Matschroute. Baitcast. So. Warte, da kann man auch Sachen verkaufen, oder?
What piques your interest?
Anpassung. Ach. Fetter Bart, Bro, komm. Passt. Passt, Digga. Lager. Souvenirs. Okay.
Catch something
Sure you
nice
don't want to
when
buy
you
more?
buckaroo.
Or anything?
Alles gut.
Be well, buckaroo.
There's still more to buy. Come back.
So, wie sieht die Route aus? Gehen wir mal dahin. Da ist ein guter Punkt. Ich muss zurück. Oh, oh, oh. Ey, Digga, komm, man. Keinen einzigen Fisch gefangen heute. Ist ja unglaublich. Das ist ja unglaublich, Alter. Einfach gar nichts.
To fish, not be fish.
Ja, beruhig dich. Beruhig dich, Mann. So, ich gebe auf, ey, Bro, keinen einzigen Fisch heute, ganz komisch. Was gibt's sonst noch für Spiele, Brudi? Was ist das für ein Scheißspiel? Trains, Railway Simulator. Komisch.
...2025 könnte ein guter Jahrgang werden. Das Jahr ist erst knapp 3 Monate alt und schon jetzt platzt es nur so vor Spiele-Highlights. Egal ob bekannte Marken, Re-Releases für den PC oder komplett neue Titel, schon jetzt kommen wir bei den vielen guten Spielen kaum hinterher. Es lief bislang leider nicht alles rund. Spider-Man 2 ist beispielsweise mittlerweile eine tolle PC-Umsetzung, krankte zum Start aber unter extremen Problemen. Rise of the Ronin ist auf dem Rechner zwar die beste Version des Open-World-Abenteuers, ist technisch aber trotzdem extrem durchwachsen und Civilization 7 erschien offensichtlich viel zu früh und muss erst einmal seinem Potenzial hinterherrennen. Trotzdem, insgesamt erscheinen gute Titel aktuell in wirklich sehr hoher Frequenz. Deswegen schauen wir auf die vergangenen Monate zurück und präsentieren euch die besten Spiele 2025 bisher. Los geht's! Dynasty Warriors Origins besinnt sich nach den Open-World-Ausflügen von Dynasty Warriors 9 wieder auf den Kern der Reihe. Das bedeutet, wie ein unaufhaltsamer Tornado über Schlachtfelder fegen und hunderte Feinde in wenigen Sekunden ausschalten. Das ist spielerisch nicht unbedingt immer anspruchsvoll, erzeugt aber ein unglaublich befriedigendes Machtgefühl. Mit Origins sah die Reihe zudem noch nie so gut aus, was sich vor allem bei den vielen schicken Spezialangriffen auch sehr positiv aufs Gameplay auswirkt. Außerdem agiert selbst das Kanonenfutter in diesem Teil ein bisschen offensiver, was euch zum schnelleren Handeln zwingt. ganz so stumpf wie zuvor bleibt's dadurch nicht. Kurzum, Dynasty Warriors Origins ist ein herrlich übertriebener Actionspaß und der bislang beste Teil der Reihe. Ender Magnolia ist der Nachfolger des bei Genrefans sehr beliebten Metroidvanias Ender Lilies Quietest of the Nights. Die Handlung setzt einige Jahrzehnte nach dem Vorgänger an und erzählt von der tapferen Lilac. Die reist im Spiel ohne Erinnerung durch Vergleich zum Remake mehr Tiefgang bei den Kämpfen und sehr weitläufige Open-World-Gebiete, verknüpft durch storylastige Schlauchlevel. Ausgerechnet die neuen Open-World-Abschnitte stopft das Spiel allerdings mit den immer gleichen und oft auch nicht sonderlich guten Aufgaben voll. Trotz dieser Schwäche ist Rebirth ein umfangreiches, toll inszeniertes Rollenspielerlebnis mit teils epischen Kämpfen und einer wirklich spannenden Geschichte.
It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge.
Bevor es jetzt mit dem Video weitergeht, ist aber erstmal meine Hardware-Kollegin Vera dran.
Sag mal, ist es bei dir da hinten Licht? RGB-Backplatte. Echtzeitsteuerung.
Schwächen und fehlender Inhalte ein verdammt gutes Actionspiel mit rasanten Kämpfen ist. Besonders wenn ihr bislang noch gar keine Erfahrung mit seien es die wunderschönen böhmischen Landschaften, die kreativen und vielseitig lösbaren frickeligen Gefechte aus dem Vorgänger Fall kommen die Spiele in verschiedene Arten. Noch gar keine riesige Open World, sondern nur weit sammelt Serienveteran Goro Majima ein Spielprinzip noch einmal verfeinert. Erstmals ist eine Story in einem Monster Hunter Spiel wirklich. Two-Point Campus zieht ihr in den Freundin im Couch- oder Online-Koop-Spiel, dann ist Assassin's Creed Shadows der erste Teil der Serie, den der Publisher auch gleich mehrmals verschiebt. Doch die Zeit hat dem Spiel offenbar gut getan. Shadows entpuppt sich als großartiges Open-World-Abenteuer im feudalen Japan und überzeugt vor allem durch ein vielseitiges Schleichsystem. Ihr könnt Lichtquellen ausschalten, euch über den Boden robben, an Decken hängen,
As a gamer, you know there is nothing better than diving into an incredible single-player story for the very first time. So from epic open-world games to mind-bending adventures,
Never again. Now it's your turn. Gotta reload. Range for this. Watch my back. I'm reloading.
Boah, das sieht aber geil aus. Was ist das? Oh, Paul.
Vehicle in a drift prohibited zone.
Watch the lightning.
How do you like that, gearhead?
Proving ground for heroes.
Mit den Socks.
We've got company.
Das sieht noch krass aus.
Looks pretty weak. I just need something to break it.
Ballon da.
I am lucky. I'm also a phenomenal marksman. Both of these things are true.
Look for a research trailer or a spot tower. That's those antenna things zapping you when you get too close. Both are always accompanied by plasma generators. The ARC device is picking up on some plasma generators.
You shouldn't tell them that it's a dream. And don't ask...
Oh, it's amazing! So many colors.
Please, I can't.
Oh, das wird aber geil.
Is this your...
No!
Shit like this, just keep going!
Ach, Digga, Roboter Games.
It is just us now.
That's it.
You don't listen to him.
Right. That should do the trick.
Fraser, move! It's an ambush! Shit! Take cover! Like this. Too easy.
Hero boy!
Scary.
You've been all by yourself through this?
I don't got this! Keep an eye out for Sam.
Did I miss the convoy?
Not yet. They're still securing a couple inmates.
Man, it feels good seeing the guys who escaped last year going back.
A focused attack will end this foe.
Try and catch this?
Nice and easy. If you come across any abandoned shipments,
That fail. Find you.
Das sieht aber geil aus. Oha. Auto 2. Das Gameplay ist schön. Das Game ist ein Hammer. Boah, Digga. Stalker 2, Mann. alles spielen.
You back
Morning,
it up?
friend.
Helen, Harry here is a silly boy. And Protus isn't a boy at all. But hey, y'all know this is big boy's table, right?
Morning to you.
Who doesn't like first-person shooter games, especially when they are free? So today in this video, we are jumping and take a look at 30 of the most incredible, completely free-to-play first-person shooter games you should absolutely try out right now in early Call of Duty Black Ops 2, packed with typical PvP game modes for both casual and competitive play. But obviously now site at once, cover your own cross, or even trade yourself to get more info. It's such a unique mechanic, something we haven't really seen in any other tactical shooters too, that pretty much guarantee you'll get a second chance in every single round. It's a great first-person shooter with solid gunplay, smooth mechanics, and a slick art style, but the game kinda lost majority of its player base during the last few months or so, something you have to keep in mind. Next up, we got Battle Teams 2, a fast-paced multiplayer arcade first-person shooter style of a shooter. Next up, we got Operation Harsh Doorstop, and this is a completely free-to-play, community-driven tactical shooter that kind of aims to provide an alternative to more popular modern-day shooters like Arma 3 or Scots. But this is more like a sandbox style of a game with incredible mod support and community-driven content, and the game doesn't have any microtransaction or any pay-to-win elements. Absolutely free for everyone to download and enjoy. Next up, we got One Arm Robber, not like your typical first-person shooter, I would say, but it's an extremely fun
Arena Breakout Infinite is one of my favorite games, mostly because with its realistic tone, it's also an extraction shooter that dads like myself can enjoy. And with it's let's just say some inspiration from Tarkov. They've taken that Tarkov formula and really casualized it to an experience when it comes to the game, and I'll talk about those here in a second, but I'm more of a glass half full kind of guy, so I'm going to be reading through this and solo mode isn't permanent. It just is a limited time kind of game mode there, so you can hop into that when it's available. But with this new update, you're going to be able to play it whenever you want, which is ammo. So you're going to have to be careful of that. But either way, I find the solo mode to be a whole lot of fun. They're also going to be adding, if you've got a buddy, a times. But regardless, that's going to be an event kind of thing that you'll only be able to access it at certain times. But regardless, that's going to make a lot of people happy because a lot of people just change. You get respawns, all that jazz there. But with Arsenal mode, you'll get to try out a whole bunch of different weapons. You're going to spawn with some random weapons, and they've even got one that they've made that's sort of like the gun game. So you're going to be able to progress through different weapons. That way, you'll get to experience a ton of new things that maybe in the main game we're going into the extraction modes. Your next starter village that's been a pretty linear, you're probably going to run into somebody. How the extraction points, you're going to be able to spawn in with your own personal like random little loot boxes that you essentially put some of your loot in, and it extracts from the map without you having to carry it. Now there's going to be, you have to put everything back in this. Not much of a story to most of the games that I play, at least multiplayer games.
Bro, wie heißt das Game? Crimson Edge. Sieht doch gut aus. Dann zeig mal hier. Hä, das Game gibt's gar nicht, oder was? Breakout. Crimson Edge. What the fuck, bro?
If there's no campaign, there's no real connection, in my opinion, to these stories. But regardless, they're bringing in a new boss with a new squad or something like that called the Abyss Squad. Hakari is her name, and she has a gun, and it's a PvE kind of thing. So you'll get to shoot her on the farm, I think. Now, when you do extract these things from the map, one of the really cool things that they're adding here is a trophy room. Think of it as like a hideout, if you will. You're going to be able to customize this just a little bit. You're going to be able to put trophies on there, maybe some dog tags. We'll see how that expands and how the experience goes with that. But in general, it's nice to be able to have an area where you can display things that are in your stash that are valuable. I don't know, there's just something nice about having that visually represented in like an actual room instead of just a stash on the side of your screen. Now, obviously, there's going to be some new balance changes. There's going to be some new changes to the ammo when that comes here. There's going to be new changes to like the weapons and the ADS stamina and stuff like that. But if you haven't touched the game before, you're not really going to know any better. But they're bringing in some new weapons. So this is where things get nice. This is visually where things really tickle my fancy.
Brother,
okay, they're bringing in the AUG here. The AUG is always a good gun. You've got the special weapon optic to it. It's a bullpup 5.56 style of weapon. It looks pretty good. Like everybody knows what that is, what the AUG is, right? Then you've got the Mark 14, which it's also an extraction shooter that Arena Breakout Infinite is one of my favorite games, mostly because with its realistic tone, it's also an extraction shooter that dads like myself can enjoy. And with this update coming here soon on July 10th, it's going to get a little bit easier for dads like myself to enjoy the game and not get left behind. Out of all the games that I've played over the past year, this is probably the one that I've played the most because it's free. There's really not a barrier to entry. You just download the launcher and you play the game. However, despite all the praises I have for this game, there's still a couple areas of contention I have when it comes to this game and the future of this game as well. So today we're going to be talking about Crimson Edge. I want to be going over some of the things being added into the game that makes things a little bit easier for dads like myself. My name is Tacti, and I'm on a quest to find the most immersive experiences available on the internet. And today we're going to talk about Arena Breakout Infinite. If you don't know what Arena Breakout Infinite is, it is an extraction shooter that takes let's just say some inspiration from Tarkov. They've taken that Tarkov formula and really casualized it to an experience that, like I said, dads myself can enjoy. But if you haven't played before, the general gameplay loop is you have a stash, you have an out of gameplay experience, you have something that you have to manage, you have quests that you have to work for, you have traders that you have to level up. You decide your quests for these traders, and then you go into the maps, depending on which one you want to go into. And then you complete these specific quests for these traders. That's going to level up the traders, so things are going to be a little bit cheaper for you when it comes to buying new things. But ultimately, you go in for like 20 minutes or so, get the stuff you need, complete the quests where they need to be completed at, and then you extract and you kind of manage things from there. What's nice about that is if you're a dad, again, you can go in, play a few raids, come out with some gear, and then level up your character that way, and then put some guns together. In my opinion, one of the best things about these realistic games is their weapon systems and their weapon modification systems. I like to build up guns like I would use them in real life. And since I don't have the money to do that in real life, I just do that in video games like this. And there are some improvements to the game when it comes to that as well. But let's go through this up.
Digga, schon mal runtergeladen was. Ich muss nur kurz hier was machen.
factions have their eyes on the TV station now. Entrance cleared. Keep yourself safe, Agent Evita.
What's going on? All units, stay alert. Grenade!
Was ist das, Bro? Verdammt schweres Game, Alter.
Update here, I want to explain a little bit, at least the key features, and I want to share why this game is going to be a little bit better for dads. Like I said, though, there still are some disappointments when it comes to the game, and I'll talk about those here in a second, but I'm more of a glass half full kind of guy, so I'm going to be reading through this and just sharing what's coming with this update. Now, the first thing that we should talk about, kind of the biggest improvement, the biggest expansion into the game is going to be the game modes, because there are already several different game modes that you can play, and depending on the time that you have or the experience that you want, you can play those. Keep in mind as well, this is all free to play, so really you don't have to spend any money to do any of these things. But the biggest thing in my opinion is they're adding a permanent solos mode. For me, solos is a great experience in any game, right? It's great if you can go in and you know you're going to be going against just individuals like yourself, and really just the best positioning wins. Plus, it's kind of easy to just sneak up on other people when you know that there's only going to be one other person around that corner when you hear them. So for me, solos mode is great, and now they're going to be having it as a permanent mode. Now currently what's going on is the solo mode isn't permanent, it just is a limited time kind of game mode there, so you can hop into that when it's available. But with this new update, you're going to be able to play it whenever you want, which is fantastic for the game. Now this will be on the forbidden mode only, so you're going to have high tier loot. Expect the other players to also have that high tier loot, those high powered weapons. It may get difficult. They may be rocking some thermals and some suppressors and some very heavy duty ammo. So you're going to have to be careful of that. But either way, I find the solo mode to be a whole lot of fun. They're also going to be adding, if you've got a buddy, a duos mode. Now, this looks like it's going to be a limited time event kind of thing that you'll only be able to access it at certain times. But regardless, that's going to make a lot of people happy because a lot of people just have one friend on the internet. Another game mode they're adding is called the Arsenal mode. Now, with this last update, what they did was they added like a team deathmatch style of game. You've got a tiny little map, inspiration from Escape from Tarkov Arena, like Escape from your own personal like go grab gear and come back and extract all that gear with that box. So again, that just adds to the accessibility for dads, along with having a few other things like having the map in general and a compass. And now with duos, you're going to be able to ping some things. All those things combined make it for a really good experience for dads myself, along with being free. Free is good. Now with these extraction games too, there's always some sort of story going on. That is the Mark 14. Which is a heavy hitter. That's going to be chambered in 7.62, and it does have full automatic capabilities, even though it's a marksman rifle. Now you're also going to have the G3, you're going to have the ML lever action rifle, you're going to have the PCC9, a little pistol caliber carbine 9mm, and you're going to be having the T79. Now, even though those are all fantastic things, I'm very happy with all the changes. A lot of people
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our
and take it out.
ISIS.
I still can't reach JSOC on the secure channel. Must be another jam.
In the grand odyssey of video game companies striving to make games look more realistic, Crysis was unlike anything we had ever seen at the time. From the detail and texture work to the way water moved and shimmered in the light, Crysis was a game that really pushed the limits of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Gameplay-wise, it was really fun running around and landing headshots with a bow and arrow, as there hadn't been many FPS games at the time with archery integrated. The only reason it gets placed this low on the list is how games have further evolved in visuals, making number 19, Singularity.
My leg is hurt. I can't walk.
Once upon a time, Activision did allow their studios to work on other games that weren't Call of Duty, even FPS games with creative and innovative mechanics. Before time control powers became about as common as crafting mechanics, there was Singularity, an FPS survival setting to know that nobody bought the game back in 2010. Copies was not enough to make lie. There are a couple of things about Borderlands 2 that really have not aged all that well, particularly memorable. It was the tragedy around Handsome Jack, the epic battles against those rich jerks at Hyperion, meeting that same level of quality, which admittedly is kind of tough to meet. more frenetic pace to the scene by giving the player a ton of freedom in movement with sliding, wall running, and ziplining. What's more is that every location on the map was built as if it were a standard deathmatch map from the early 2000s, and they all work really well. Just a few games will show anyone why folks are deep movement. The game comes to a crawl, giving you some time to maybe assess your situation and adapt. Here's the thing though, it's not as easy as it looks. On paper, an FPS centered entirely around World War I sounds like the antithesis of what an FPS should be. Not only did DICE find
Ubisoft has been faithfully milking this title for all it's worth. Believe it or not, Siege is still an extremely popular tactical shooter game in 2024. You can run around a tropical island with your crew of stranded merry men and kill the bad guys. Oh, and Shane uninstalled and reinstalled games in my Steam library. Now, what keeps me coming back? Well, I think it's the survival game mode. In this mode, your main goal is to eventually extract from the area. Along the way, you navigate the map, complete objectives, and survive the ongoing threat of randomly spawning enemies. You have 1 life per objective, so if you die, you won't respawn until your team secures the current location. When your team does successfully secure a jungle via helicopter with whatever gear you're this year, the word on the street was that it was the death nail for Escape from Tarkov. But everyone that has played Escape from Tarkov knows that only Nikita can kill Escape from Tarkov, and sometimes it's actually less of a game and more of an operation simulator. Ground Branch allows you to live out your fantasy as a Delta operator, or any bearded Chad faction for that matter. They give you all the kit that you could ask for and let you customize it to your liking within the realm of reality, of course. So no pink weapon skins. Sorry, kids. You can choose your mission location, how many enemies you want to deal with. Are you defusing bombs or grabbing intel? The choice is yours. The AI in Ground Branch loosely based on Los Angeles. Now, we all know that Los Angeles is a shithole, and in Los Sueños, it's no different. Child traffickers, violent gangs, terrorist groups, and criminal tech companies, all with their own goals and ambitions. It's your job to stop these dirtbags with all the freedom seeds you can carry on your rig. The less people you kill, the higher you score, but the less fun you have. I personally don't negotiate with terrorists, and child predators don't get an opportunity to surrender, but hey, I'm good with average scores if it means serving up a magazine of justice. Ready or Not has added 2 DLC packs called Home Invasion and Dark Waters. Both offer up unique gameplay opportunities, new weapons, and immersive environments. If you like tactical games, and for whatever reason you haven't played Ready or Not, you're missing out. The vanilla experience is great, but if you want to have even more fun, try some of the countless mod offerings, from maps to weapons or even AI behaviors. This is a great game to try with a group of friends. Void Interactive continues to knock it out of the
Good. Around 3. What?
Priority target identified. Hold the area.
Jetzt gibt Ranked. Also ich mache jetzt meine Grafik auf maximal und ficke meinen PC.
Hallo? Hallo?
Weil ich ja jetzt... Nee. Hier, Sharpness, alles an. Was ist das? Nein! Hallo! Nein!
Hey, hörst du mich?
Ich seh nichts mehr.
Hört ihr mich?
Dunkel. Vorgarten!
Hallo? 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 Hört ihr mich? Hört ihr mich?
Team deathmatch. Team with the most eliminations at the end of the timer wins.
Shit. Yeah, bro. Hey. shit.
Deathmatch. The first player to 30 kills wins.
Bro, so schnell. Geht das? schießt aber hinter mir. Diese Gruppe, was sagst du? Za 20 minuta. Mas fome ima. So, das war's. Ich weiter.